welcome to my channel. My name is Olivia, and you have tuned in, clicked in, decided to watch my video here at Eat, Live Good. Let's try it again. Hi, welcome to my channel, Eat, Live Good. My name is Olivia, and I am your guide for the day. We're gonna be cooking something up today because your girl got punked. I got punked into cooking for her parents and her little brother. How? You wonder, how did that happen? Well, got a call. Hey, are you coming over today? Just wondering, just got questions. And, I don't know. Why? What are you making, mother? Can't tell you that. Oh, so we're playing games. Yes, so I got punked. In exchange for steak, I gotta cook it. Convenient. You tell your family you go to culinary school, they start acting funny, start acting different. So today I'm making au gratin potatoes and steak, but in this video, depending on how things go, you feel me, it's just gonna be the au gratins. This is take one. We're gonna see how we feel, what feels good, what feels right, what feels wrong. What feels wrong? And let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay, let me introduce you to the goods for today's shoot, for today's culinary experience. So we're gonna be making some au gratin potatoes. Some potatoes currently resting in some cold water to stop the browning, aka oxidizing, and to give them a little wash. Got my seasonings of choice. So we got some Italian seasoning, parsley, what is that over there? Ooh, some garlic powder, fave, seasoning salt, fresh cracked pepper, some cream cheese alternative, can't pronounce it, I'll show you the box, and some Parmesan cheese. So those are the players for today, and we're gonna make this work. Oh, can't forget, in the back, very important, my heavy whipping cream. So those are the stars for today, and hello, you see my peeler that I use to peel the potatoes, and Pinky. My mother named that knife Pinky. Okay, so I've already peeled and cut most of my potatoes, but I just wanted to show you how I cut my potatoes for the au gratins. I don't think you need to worry about being perfect. Actually, I know you don't because it's your pot. And if someone got a problem with it, tell them to mind their business and they can go eat somewhere else. But I like to cut it nice and thin, which I take my time. This is not my favorite knife anymore. It used to be a couple years back, but then I got a nice little shiny, expensive $900 knife kit. And those knives, just by the price alone, had to become my favorite. But no, I just definitely got some benefits out of having a few more stronger tools, sharper knives, heavier blade, just a better feel in the hand. So for me, my cuts are about, they range from 1/8, close to like 1/8 of an inch, pretty thin. As uniform as you can get it. Like I said, it don't matter. If you're a little thicker, if you're more towards 1/4 of an inch, it's not gonna be that big of a deal because we're gonna cook these a little bit before it goes in our pot. So here's our potato, nice and sliced into the water. This water is just to give them a little bit of a bath, a little cleaning time. We're gonna pour that water off and you're gonna see what we're gonna do next. Okay, so I have rinsed them off a few times until the water ran clear to make sure my potatoes are nice and clean. And next, what we're going to do before we start fully cooking and seasoning everything up, we are going to cook our potatoes a little bit in the milk agent. So I'm gonna be using heavy cream or whipping cream. I don't think it's heavy this time. No, it's just whipping, it's not heavy. I'm just gonna go ahead and use all 16. Because that's going to cover everything up. I may end up having a little too much liquid, which I'll just pour off later. I can save it and do something else with that sauce because it's going to be real tasty when everything's all said and done. So with this, I'm going to push my potatoes down and I'm going to cook them in the milk. As the milk gets hot, this heavy cream. And if you don't have enough heavy whipping cream, let me tell you some substitutes. Put you some milk up in there. Put you some half and half. What you got in the fridge. Now, I don't know about almond milk, coconut milk, soy milk, oat milk. I know y'all doing these things right now, the lactose intolerance of it all. But you know, I know these substitutes. You can let me know if you can get down with the soy milk and such. I'm sure you can. I feel like coconut milk is thick enough, but that's just not my ministry today. And again, let me know. Let me know what you're gonna do. So I'm gonna let that come to a boil for about 7 minutes, and we'll check back. We want our potatoes a little bit tender, but not mushy, because we still want them to hold our shape in our pot. Okay, so the potatoes have been in the whipping cream for about 8 minutes. I'm gonna take one out to see how tender it is. If it's tender enough, I'm gonna remove the potatoes from the cream into my circular glass bowl that I'm gonna use. Let's find out. They still have a little bit of a bite to them. They're gonna go in the oven for a while, so I'm gonna let them cook for about 2 to 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna remove them. Okay, so definitely coming up to a boil. They're more tender now, so I'm going to turn this off and remove the potatoes. I'm gonna be cooking them in this glass pan, so I'm just gonna put them in there now. Okay, so we're gonna do a faux tempering. This is not an egg item, but we're gonna take some of the hot whipping cream and we're gonna put that into our cream cheese to help break that down, because we don't want any lumps in our sauce. We just want a nice velvety texture. So you're just gonna stir that, letting the heat break it down, breaking down clumps along the side of your bowl. Of course, you can use a whisk. I already had the spoon out, and again, I'm really not about making more dishes if I don't have to. Add a little bit more, loosen it up. This is gonna be part of our thickening agent. We're gonna thicken our sauce with no roux. Like I said, we're gonna use the cream cheese and some shredded cheese to thicken it up. And if it's still not thick enough, we will fix from there. So we're gonna scoop all of that into our main bowl. Again, that was kind of like tempering, where you add a little bit of your hot liquid to something else to bring it up to temperature with the rest of it, so that it doesn't break and it stays incorporated into your sauce. Definitely was very intimidated on how to do that the first couple times it came up in culinary school, but we got it now. Not so scared. Can't be scared in the kitchen. Just gotta go for it. Luckily, this isn't eggs either, so it's a lot more forgiving. So we're gonna stir that in. Let me not get my finger in there. I'm gonna go rinse that off really quick. Oh, there is a potato. Potato, you're not supposed to be in there. It don't wanna come out. Come here, you gotta go. Okay, so everything's looking nice and smooth. We can turn our fire back on because we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese now. And we want that to melt into our sauce. So I added about 4 ounces of cheese. I had about 1 ounce in the other bag, and I used half of this bag currently. I'm gonna add that in first because the cheese is gonna add a salt level, and I don't want it to get too salty with the seasoning, so I'm gonna add my cheese first. I'm gonna let this go in just until I see the Parmesan breaking down. Parmesan's pretty forgiving. Cheddar, not so much. Cheddar and we not on the same page all the time. So I'm gonna keep stirring this to let my cheese incorporate, and I'm gonna start adding my seasoning. When it comes down to seasoning, follow your heart. You have different preferences that I do, and you gotta follow that. You gotta trust yourself when it comes down to what tastes good to you. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take the spoon out for just a second. I'm gonna go in with some fresh cracked black pepper. I like it fresh. I know it has a stronger taste. If you're not a fan, use what you got. You definitely don't have to have it fresh. You can use the already ground pepper. I put about maybe 2 teaspoons worth of fresh cracked pepper, parsley. I'm gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna go like half a tablespoon, if not more. Ooh, next up is the love of me cooking, garlic powder. That's definitely like half a tablespoon for sure. I didn't feel like doing the whole fresh garlic this evening. So I'm gonna turn that off because I don't see any more shredded pieces of cheese. It looks like it's incorporated and I don't need to overwork it. So if you notice, I haven't put my salt in yet. I just wanted to get my seasonings in. Again, I'm gonna taste it to see how much salt. I'm gonna put salt in last. And this is the Italian seasoning. I'm not gonna go heavy. That's gonna be like, maybe a fourth of a teaspoon to half a teaspoon worth, because I'm not looking for that to be the main flavor. I'm just looking for a little accent note that's really gonna complement with the cream cheese and the Parmesan. So I'm gonna grab a spoon, I'm gonna take a taste, and I'll let you know where we are. Oh, I didn't add any salt, and how much salt I gotta add. Got my clean spoon for tasting, like we're in class again. Well, that's good. That's real tasty right there. It doesn't need much salt, so I'm very happy I didn't add salt first. I'm gonna add just a little bit. So that was about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Because it didn't need much salt. No need to go crazy with the salt. Sometimes, like I said, the Parmesan already brought the salt to it. So now we have this beautiful, silky, it's not super thick, but I like it like this. So I'm gonna call it. My sauce is ready, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna go about assembling my au gratins. Okay, so I've taken out half of the potatoes that I had in the pan. I'm gonna pour half of the sauce on this layer. Now, if you really like cheese and all of that, you can add some more cheese on this layer. I'm not going to. I think this is enough dairy as it is. So there's the one layer, get everybody in there. I don't worry about laying them out flat and cute because they're all going the same place. If I was plating something seriously right now with this, maybe. But for today's session, we're just looking for flavor and taste. And then you're gonna pour the rest of it on top. Now, if you like your sauce thicker, you could do one of two things. You could make a roux, a light roux, a blonde roux, excuse me, and you can use that as your thickening agent. Make sure that you let that thicken for 18 minutes so you really find out how thick your sauce is going to be. You can always adjust that by adding more milk to that, or you can add more of the cream cheese substitute. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put some cheese over top. My oven is preheated for 400 and it's ready to go. And I'll be back to you in a little bit when it's all slightly browned on top. The Parmesan has melted in and we're ready to eat. Poor little Ting Ting. I said that I was gonna put some sour cream in this rendition of this recipe, and poor little baby got forgotten in the bag. It just wasn't meant for you to be in this one today. We'll explore though. We'll try it next time. Next time, I promise. I'm sorry. Don't be like that. And there you have it. It was in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes to get a little browning on the cheese. Let's go ahead and plate it up. Yeah, I want this salt. So there you have it. Au gratins, a little steak. Oh, no, I didn't show you that I made a steak. You just have to come back next time. Whew, that was a lot of work, okay? But thank you for joining me in the kitchen today. That's my father back there looking into his phone this evening. Make sure you come back and make sure that every single day you eat, live good. Kidding. Hi, welcome to my channel. Living in the creative kitchen. Let's try again. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Hello. The subscriber you're trying to reach. Take it back. Okay.